Right now, 6ix9ine is one of the most notorious figures in the world because of his snitching ways, and with all the fame he has had throughout his career, you may be wondering how much money Tekashi's made. Well, in today's video, we'll be going over some of the expensive things Tekashi 6ix9ine owns. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Rolex.
Here, you know what I'm saying? Got the bust down rolling, you know what I'm saying?
There was a time when having a watch was a sign of sophistication and class, and the better the watch, the better you were perceived. Nowadays, with phones and other apps, having a watch on your wrist to tell time isn't required, but if you do have one, you better have a good one. 6ix9ine has made sure that no one judges him because of his watch, because he has a Submariner date Rolex. Rolex is the top brand of watches, and if you even own a low-end Rolex, you're doing pretty well, all things considered. This particular watch cost $18,000, and the reason for this is because it's comprised of 18 karat gold, and that's just the start of what this particular Rolex can do. It's meant to be scratch proof, resistant to many types of damages, self-winding, has oyster in the handle of the watch, and so much more. Now it's unclear where the watch is right now. It's possible that it was confiscated when he was arrested or documented as evidence in the case against him, but as long as he still owns it, that's what matters. Grills.
Aye.
Done right, baby.
For certain musicians and rappers, they like to show off their teeth in a different way than people usually go about doing it. Whether it be by augmenting them or having custom grills made so that they can wear them, they like to ice out their mouth, and 6ix9ine is most definitely no different when it comes to doing that. In fact, he's got two different custom grills that he uses to show off his very unique style. One of them is rainbow colored, which is his personal favorite, as we can tell from his hair color, and then the other is pure silver, and both of these items were made by Jimmy Boy. But how much are these worth? More than you think, thanks to the effort and details that were put into these unique grills. In fact, both grills are believed to have cost around $5,000 each, so he basically spent $10,000 for custom teeth that he can wear whenever he wants. If I had the money, I think I might look into it, but I'm not too sure. If you guys had the money, would you spend $10,000 on two custom grills? Let me know in the comments below. The Jigsaw pendant.
When I walk, you heard?
You ain't have to talk no more. He do the talking for you.
He do the talking for me.
Jigsaw. Holla at him.
Arguably the most famous of his tattoos, outside of the 6ix9ine's on his body, is that of the fictional character known as Jigsaw. He is a character from the horror movie franchise called Saw, but he doesn't just have Jigsaw inked on his body, but rather he has him in a pendant that is stunning in its detail. It's said that the completed pendant was around $300,000. That's an insane amount of money just to spend on a necklace, especially one about a horror movie character. But then again, it's 6ix9ine. Now it would have been easy for 6ix9ine to say that he bought this because he loves the franchise, or is a horror movie fan, or just like the character, but apparently there's a much deeper meaning to it all. It's a really long explanation, but I'll quickly summarize it for you. In Saw, Jigsaw is a man who tries to, quote, teach people the value of the lives they have. He thinks that many people are actually wasting their lives away, and does, quote, tests to try and show if they have the will to live or not. Despite it being a very gory film with lots of details, he claims to never intend for people to pass away, just for them to fight enough to live on. But what does that have to do with 6ix9ine? Apparently, it has to do with how he views the world via the life that he has had. He started out poor, his father passed away when he was young, he's had numerous encounters with the law, and so on and so forth. So to many, they think that 6ix9ine got a tattoo of Jigsaw to remind him not to waste his potential and to live life how he can, and not exactly how he should. That would be a very honorable and fine way of living life, except that 6ix9ine has literally wasted just about every opportunity to do good in the world of rap music by making controversial tracks, taking off virtually every major player by insulting them or trying to beef with them, getting arrested multiple times for various crimes, and of course, breaking the code of the street by becoming a snitch. Still, the tattoo has a very good meaning behind it. Cars. In the rap world, there are many things that are used to define your true status, and one of the best ways to define it is with the cars you have and how expensive they are, usually because it shows how rich you are. Now it's unclear how many cars 6ix9ine actually owns. He was once spotted in a Rolls Royce during an event, one that cost $400,000. But did he actually own it, or was it a rental? We honestly don't know. There are also numerous videos showing 6ix9ine in various rides, such as one video showing off his blood car, a stylish ride that he apparently customized himself, which is not cheap in and of itself. There's also another time where he rolled through the streets in a rainbow colored beast of a car that was shown via Instagram Live. Many of the cars he's seen with are high-class models and brands, so just to lowball the cost, it would easily be over $50,000 if not more. And if he has that in several cars, yeah, that's expensive, and yet 6ix9ine could technically afford it. Let's go back to the Rolls Royce for a second though. The thing is high class in every sense of the word. The particular model he was in was called the Phantom, and fully stocked can be about $580,000. That's a lot for a singular car, and 6ix9ine is supposed to have many of these quality of cars. This is of course one of the great ironies of this particular listing, because while 6ix9ine may have a bunch of these cars, he's not able to drive them right now because he's in jail. But you can bet that once he gets out of jail, he's going to be burning rubber like nobody's business in order to make up for lost time with this very valuable items, rings.
Look at that.
All the way around.
To say that 6ix9ine has a lot of jewelry in his life is a bit of an understatement when you think about it. But that's the deal when you're a rapper, to be honest. You're expected to have certain things on your body. This particular entry goes into what he puts on his hands, specifically rings of a very expensive nature. Rappers love their bling, and when it comes to rings, they really try and pimp them out to make them feel special and unique to them and them alone. 6ix9ine lived up to his end of that bargain with a plethora of rings. One of them actually features a rainbow, while the other is a 6ix9ine, but that's just the start of it. Both of these rings are full of diamonds and gold. In fact, there are 15 carats of diamonds and gold in those rings. All told, the rings cost around $17,000. And like other things on this list, they were custom made by Jimmy Boy. More than likely, 6ix9ine will take the opportunity when he gets out to go get some fresh bling, especially if/when he gets that $10 million deal. What kind of rings do you think he'll get next? Let me know in the comments below. Chains.
Man,
y'all see
get
it?
hypnotized.
Anyway, man. Anyway it goes, still 6ix9ine, man. Still 6ix9ine. Anyway it goes.
6ix9ine has a history with chains, including the Jigsaw one we just talked about earlier. And as we've shown with his other items, he also likes to make things expensive. In terms of chains that he wears around his neck and such, he almost spent $150,000 on another item, this time a choker. And he also went and made a spinning piece for his necklaces shaped in a 6ix9ine, and it too was designed by Jimmy Boy. Over the top? Absolutely. But then again, isn't 6ix9ine just that? And again, once he gets out of jail, he's no doubt going to try and get more chains to wear. And I mean, with $10 million, he might be able to get one of the most expensive neck chains in history, and I wouldn't put it past him. Do you want to win any of these items on the screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right back into the video. Gucci bags. One thing that really helps drive up a rapper's credibility is by having a feud with another rapper, and 6ix9ine had a very big beef with Chief Keef last year. Ironically, no one actually knows why they're beefing like they are, but these two clearly have a problem with each other, and as such, they got more and more creative with their insults and ways to embarrass the other. For example, Chief Keef once had a side girl named Slim Danger, and since 6ix9ine was at war with Chief Keef, he took Danger to a Gucci store for a shopping spree. Tekashi then posted a video on Instagram of them leaving a Gucci store with bags in hand. We actually don't see them buying anything, but you can bet that he bought her something. Even a low-end version of Gucci can be around $700, and the higher you go, the more expensive it gets. A small backpack can cost around $2,000, and there are some purses in the store that can cost over $4,000. And there's another aspect we have to consider. Who's to say he only bought one bag for Slim Danger? He may have wanted to impress her so much that he bought her a lot of things. I mean, he might have even gotten something for himself if he felt it was impressive enough. Point is, they likely exited the store with bags that cost a year's worth of salary for some people, and then he probably went and spent some more cash on her to help sell the move even more. Keef was obviously furious about this when he found out, and that was all the payout that 6ix9ine needed, because he'll do anything to get a beef going with someone. His plea deal.
All information of the activities of himself and others to the U.S. Attorney's Office.
This is another one of those intangible things that is hard to put a money value on, but think of it like this. What is a day worth to you? No, really, how much is a single day worth to you in terms of monetary value? I ask this because depending on your age and social status, every day is a chance for you to work, make money, or do something that can make you money down the line. But if you're in jail, you can't make money, or at the very least you work a job in jail and make pennies on the dollar to be accumulated later. So for 6ix9ine, he's been in jail for almost a year, which means he's not making music, which means he's not making meaningful money. For a guy like him, that's not a good thing. That's not an option, you could say. So now you can see the value in the plea deal that he got that is helping him get out of jail a whole lot sooner, because the plea deal states that all he had to do to get a lesser jail time was to rat out every single member of the 9 Straight Bloods that he could and make sure he could back up what he says. And say what you will about him, he makes a good snitch. He was able to get a bunch of people convicted and sentenced. Some are still in the process right now, but they are as good as booked. So because of his actions and him following the rules of the plea deal, he's likely going to get out in the next few months versus the next few years like many felt he would serve when he got into this whole mess in 2018. So add up all the days he's getting back from not being in jail, you get a lot of money. His music.
Like, I got a lot of people looking up to me, blood. I got a daughter. I got music that's still hot.
One expensive thing that 6ix9ine owns is his music. This is often something that gets lost in the talk about singers and their worth, because their songs come with royalty deals. The more that they are bought or listened to across various platforms, the more money that they make. And this says nothing of things like promotion deals for movies and TV, where the song is used in the background of a trailer or commercial. That's big money as well. Now, it's true that 6ix9ine's music hasn't exactly been the most popular all over the world. In fact, he's only had one top 5 song with a collaboration with Nicki Minaj. But that doesn't mean his music is worthless. When he went to jail, he was worth well over $1 million. And you can bet that ever since his arrest, his worth went up because of new people checking him out. Plus, there are those who believe that once he gets out, he'll be more popular than ever. And that means his music will be worth more. And if that is indeed the case, he'll get even more money. If we're being objective here, the next track or album that 6ix9ine makes once he's out of jail, which is still up in the air for the record, could be his best money-making opportunity music-wise, as a lot of people are going to have eyes on him. In fact, one group has seen a lot of value in 6ix9ine already. His future record deal.
Rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine reportedly signed a $10 million deal with his former label 10K Projects.
I know it may seem odd to talk about a future deal, but in this case, it's really worth it in regards to talking about it. You see, there have been a lot of rumors and beliefs as to what is going on with 6ix9ine and what will happen when he gets out of jail. But without a doubt, the most impressive thing, and arguably most horrifying depending on where you stand, is that there is a label out there willing to give $10 million to 6ix9ine to make his first album with them once he gets out of jail. Not so ironically, this deal came from 6ix9ine's previous record label, 10K Projects. So it's not like it's someone who just thinks 6ix9ine has some power to make money. It's the people who know him the best and want to get him all to themselves. But to offer $10 million? Yeah, that's a big deal. Especially since, as I just noted in the previous post, he was worth a little over $1 million on his own via his past exploits. Which means that just this deal would make his net worth 10 times what it previously was. I know that's shocking, but there honestly is a reason behind this deal. You see, when it comes to rappers going to prison for any stretch of time, 6ix9ine has been behind bars for nearly a year now, there is a desire to see them come back and get right back to their music, especially if they're popular. 6ix9ine technically isn't popular. He's infamous, but that can also work in his favor if he plays it right. That infamy will get eyes on him, and since this would be his first official album ever, he was getting ready to make one before he went to jail. That adds even more clout and anticipation to the mix. Now, obviously 10K Projects is just trying to throw out a big number so that 6ix9ine will jump to them, and rumors say that 6ix9ine has already signed that deal, so clearly the attempt worked. Whether he's worth that investment is entirely up to you, dear viewer. His image. One final thing that isn't physical, but is one that honestly means a lot to 6ix9ine, is his image. If you look at your favorite rappers across the ages, how they look and present themselves is a key part of their brand. Look at Eminem during his early days, or Cardi B and Nicki Minaj when they're doing their performances. Their images help define their careers, and for 6ix9ine, his career image is one of the most important things to him. In fact, that's what got him in trouble in the first place, because he went to the group known as the Nitrate Bloods to get him into the rap world, and didn't care about what he had to do for them to get their help, because he knew that being with them would get him street cred, which was invaluable when it comes to being in the rap world. How his hair looks, how unique his music and style sounds, how he handles himself in interviews, and you can bet that once he gets out of jail, it's all for the benefit of his image. And whether people like his image or hate him for it, it does make him money in a lot of ways. And you can bet that once he gets out of jail, he'll continue to pump up his image now with the freedom so that he can get even more money off of himself. And there you have it, a look at the very expensive things that 6ix9ine owns. Are any of you surprised by what he owns? Did you expect him to have even more? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe. I'm King Trending, and I'll catch you next time.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.